So here's a quick demonstration of how to use Shadow Puppet, the app, to introduce students to each other. It might be a get-to-know-you activity in the first couple of days of school. Also one that allows you to showcase some of the functions on the iPad, especially if they're new to the iPad, and do that in a kind of quick, easy way, and tap into some digital citizenship concepts too, pretty quick. So if you notice down in the lower right-hand corner of my screen, you've got the Shadow Puppet app, but if you look over to the left just a little bit, you'll see there's a Shadow Puppet EDU. So I'm going to launch that EDU one because that brings some interesting and new ways to search for images for teachers and students. To create one of these slideshows, you just click the Create button in the upper left-hand corner, and it automatically defaults to wanting to get some images for you from the camera roll. Since this is a brand new iPad for me, I don't have any images here in the camera roll right now, but if I did, those would pop up on the right-hand side. Remember, the idea for this is to have students introduce themselves, and so they might have already taken some pictures of themselves, but the idea that they would be using the camera gives you an opportunity to have discussions about digital citizenship and expectations in your classroom about photos and how photos are used. Notice as well the education search. I can go ahead to the Library of Congress and it gives me a search options for this. So one thing I might say is to think about where students are from and um, go ahead and do some image searching for something like that. So I'm just typing in a Vermont search and you see I've got all these great Library of Congress images. When I want to select one to put into my slideshow, I'm just going to go ahead and tap on it and you'll notice it drops itself right down in there to the left hand sort of dashboard, if you will, and that's where they're all going to stack up. Let me go ahead and click on web under the web search, the web images, and it's going to do something similar. It remembers my Vermont search, and it gives me some images that are out there too. I'll go ahead and tap on that one, as well as maybe a map of Vermont. So here I am. I'm introducing the kind of the place where I'm from, but I might want to add some more information about myself. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Flickr Creative Commons. And what's nice about the Creative Commons is it gives you, again, a chance to talk to students about images that have been put out there that are available either for fair use or might have some restrictions where you might have to add some attributions. But here, again, it's a nice way to talk about using images in something that you create in school. So I've got my images. I'm going to look down in the lower left-hand corner and click on Reorder because that's a nice function now that I've pulled them together. If I want to reorganize the way that I've got this set up, I'm just going to put my finger on the one that I want to move and then I drag and kind of put that in the order that I like. I also want to go back up to that camera roll now because there might be something else I'm going to ask the students to do. Instead of taking a picture of themselves, I might say, go ahead and use the camera to take a picture of something we've done together. We get out of Shadow Puppets by basically clicking on the Home button and then going to my camera icon, asking them to take a picture of perhaps a portrait that they've done of themselves. So they click on the camera roll or the camera icon, and then they're going to go ahead and take a shot of their self-portrait. Now you'll see that I've got that picture from the camera roll. I'm going to tap on that and it's going to go and line up in terms of that, all of the slides that I've got, and I'm going to move that self-portrait over to the very beginning because that's what I'm going to introduce myself with. Ready to do the recording, so I'm going to hit the next green button in the lower right hand corner and you'll notice I can start that recording. Also look to the right hand side, you've got a chance to add some music and also some text. So I'll click on that T for text and it defaults to having the hello phrase put up there, but I might as well just go ahead and put my name in there to make a change. I can do different things with it in terms of zooming in and out. I'm just going to be hitting that little A button to make that be a little bit smaller. I can't stand that zoom, so I'm going to come back over to fade in. That looks pretty good. If I like that, I click that little check button, and now that's ready to go. And why don't we go ahead and hit the record button? It gives you a little bit of a countdown, and then you can model for students. Hello, my name is Susan. When you are ready to move to your next slide, all you have to do is tap the little arrow button and it's going to slide you over to the next picture. You might have noticed that once I started recording, over to the left-hand side, I've got another little way to edit some of these pictures. It's the magic wand. So if I tap on that, oh boy, a whole bunch of different things you can go ahead and add. I'm going to just tap on that little firebomb, and then when I put my finger on the picture and there's something I want to highlight, I'm just going to drag across like that and look what that does. So bring some emphasis to something that I'm saying. Go ahead and click the little arrow button again when you're ready to advance your slide. Notice I'm not shutting off the recording at all. It just says sort of a natural movement through. But I do have an undo button over on the left-hand side, so if it's something that's happening on this page that I don't like, I can undo it just on that page and start again. When I'm completed and finished, I'm going to go ahead to the right-hand lower part of the screen and tap on that green little check, and it's going to save the slideshow for me. It gives me an option now to preview that by going ahead and just clicking on that, that movie icon. It's going to play it through for me so I can see if it's something I'm ready to go ahead and share with the world. Notice there are lots of different ways to share this as well, so you can send it to a YouTube channel in your classroom, they can email it, copy the link, and lots more. So I hope this helps as a way to start off the school year by having students introduce themselves in multimedia-rich ways and giving you the opportunity to set some norms and some protocols around how to use the iPad and be good digital citizens.